All right, you guys, today let's talk about how to be grounded. And first of all, I'm surprised I'm even making these videos because I never thought I was going to even talk about this kind of stuff on the channel, but I feel like it's important. Oh, also I have to show you my necklace because it's part of the video. Okay, so geez. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and keep on moving for this video. How to be grounded. The reason I'm answering this question is because I feel like for a lot of the videos that I've watched kind of related to this subject or that have some sort of spiritual context behind it, they they never really explained, in my opinion, what grounding was, and I never understood what they were trying to say, and it just didn't make sense to me because I didn't understand what being grounded was, and they kept saying, be grounded, and I was just like, what the heck do you mean? So I'm going to try to be as clear as possible in this video, at least what I personally believe it means to be grounded, so that we can all try to get on the same page here. And if you don't feel like you're grounded, we will be able to understand each other. So, in order to understand what being grounded is and feels like, well, let's talk about what not being grounded is like. The expression for this would be you're up in the clouds, right? If you're up in the clouds, what are you doing? You're out here in fantasy land. You're away from reality. You're not here in the present moment. You're out fantasizing about things with your mind out in places, that doesn't make sense. You're making things out to be where they're not to be. You are disconnected from reality and you're not seeing what is as it is. That is what being up in the clouds is. It's essentially this fantasy world that you're living in that doesn't exist. And being grounded of that is now the opposite of that. Being grounded is about being in reality. There's this one meme that I'm just thinking of right now, and I don't know why it became a meme, but it's like this thing where people say, it is what it is. And that simple statement right there is simply about coming back to reality. That's why I'm wearing this necklace right now. It's about being grounded in reality. It's an anchor. It's firm. It's steady. It's not movable. It's meant to keep you anchored in one spot. That's what grounding is. The idea of grounded is being anchored into reality. You're in touch with what is going on in your body. You're in touch with what is going on in the world as it is, without placing any meaning on things or delusions that are not actually real, that do not actually exist. That is what being grounded is. So now that we can get on the same page of what being grounded is, let's talk about what you can do to be grounded. A lot of the times, if you're not grounded, you're spending a lot of time not here. When you develop anxiety, there's that one famous quote that like, anxiety is when you're thinking too much about the future, and depression is when you're thinking too much about the past, which, first of all, there's flip sides to these. If you have anxiety, it's because you're spending too much time thinking about the negative outcomes of the future. And if you want to be hopeful and happy and bright and positive, you have to switch what you're thinking of, and you should be thinking of the positives of the future. If you have depression, it's because you're thinking too much about the negatives of the past. But if you want to be joyful and happy and ecstatic, you should be thinking about the positive things about the past. That will help create a lot of gratitude. And gratitude is very far away from depression. So, if you want to be grounded, you can't be spending time in these two fantasy lands. You have to bring yourself down to the present moment. And that seems like everybody's saying that. Like if it's just this easy thing that it has no problem being done whatsoever. But the thing is that our mind, its attention gets captured. Our mind, especially with the way that we treat it today, Our brains go in so many different directions so quickly. And it separates you away from reality because you stop focusing on what is going right now. And that's why people meditate. Meditation has more to do with bringing yourself back into the present moment, and you're focusing on what is going on right now without judgment. You're not trying to get your brain to stop thinking. You're not trying to get yourself to not do things. You're just trying to get back to the present moment. So for grounding yourself, tool number one is to start meditating. That's something that I need to do more consistently because it really does feel nice and it helps in a lot of areas in life. The next thing you can do to be grounded is to stop judging things before you fully understand them. It's very easy for our brains to turn outwards and to start placing attention and judgment on things that we shouldn't. And because we don't fully understand things, then we start making up fantasies about what is going on. And because we start making up all these fantasies, we're just placing more thoughts and more energy behind this idea that is not firmly grounded in reality. And the more that we do that, the more your head is up in the clouds and you're separated from reality of it is what it is. When you're in reality, you're not focused on everything else. It is what it is. And you are here, you are right now. And if you want to create a new future, you start from here. It is what it is, and you take step by step by step without judgment. And that's how you move forward, making progress towards your goals without judging things for something that they're not. The next tool for getting grounded in reality is learning about how to be in touch with your body. Surprisingly, a lot of people are not in tune with their body. And you can always improve on this, but you want to be in tune with your body. How often have you gone through your day and you're not aware of your thinking, your feeling, or maybe sometimes you do things and you start acting in certain ways without even realizing it? These can be impulsive actions. For example, this is a very easy one to point out. How often are you bored and you subconsciously pull up a social media app? These things are automatic processes that are going on. And if you're not in tune with your body and you're listening, your mind is going to start pushing it in certain directions without you having full control of it. But if you're in tune with your body and you're aware of what you're feeling at any moment, you will be able to catch yourself before you take any action that maybe you do not want to take. And if you're fully grounded in reality and you're unshakable, you're unmovable, you're going to be able to handle those impulses that come to your brain. You know, a really good benefit of being grounded in reality is going to be the ability that is going to become present inside of you to be able to handle any situation that goes on around you. By being grounded in reality, you are going to be in a spot where you are in full control of your mind, you're in full control of your emotions, and you're in full control of your whole being. And as you're in control of your whole being, it doesn't matter what life is going to throw at you, you can handle it with deliberation and with calmness. And calmness really is the ultimate power. That's what grounding is all about. By being calmness, you're not overly excited, you're not overly depressed, you're here in the present moment, and you put yourself in a position of power. The world's biggest emergency can be going on as long as you're grounded in here, in your body. You're not going to step out into fantasy land, into anxiety land or depression land. You're going to stay focused, and as you stay focused in this moment, it will really help you to be able to handle those situations. So, for today's video growth challenge, what I really think you should do, what I want you to do, what I'm asking you to do, is to learn how to get in touch with your body. Ask yourself consistently throughout the day, how are you feeling? What is your body telling you? And the more that you do this, the more that you practice, the more you will get in tune with what being grounded really feels like. And as you're grounded in reality and you're not judging things and you're in the moment for what it is, you will gain a lot of self-control. You will be able to handle the life's difficulties when they come at you, and you will be able to come out on top on any situation. So, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.